Hello everyone, let us see the next question on continuity. See, here is a question: find the values of a and b such that the following function is continuous everywhere. So this type of any condition can be given. It is an algebraic relation, maybe trigonometric relations are given, maybe inverse trigonometric functions are used, will be used. Now maybe it is here possible that exponential functions may be used. So you have to be dependent upon these categories. You have to check the functions, which type of functions are given. Now, according to question it is given, according to question, function f is continuous everywhere. So it is 100% sure that when the function is continuous everywhere, that means it is continuous at 2. Here the critical point is 2, you can see. It is continuous at 10 also, it is less than 10, greater than or equal to 10. So we can say at 2 and at 10 the function is continuous, because it is continuous everywhere. It is given. So therefore f is continuous at x equal to 2, and this side I am writing f is also continuous at x equal to 10. Now see, I will solve both part in this way. See how? If it is, this implies left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to value of the function. Here also I can write left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to value of the function. Now what will be the left hand limit? Limit x tends to 2 minus fx. Here I can write limit x tends to 2 plus fx. Here I can write value of the function. Value of the function is at x equal to 2. Value of the function is 5. So I can directly write 5. Here also I can write limit x tends to 10 minus f of x. Limit x tends to 10 plus f of x, and value of the function at x equal to 10. At x equal to 10 the value of the function is 21. So I can write it as 21. See, at x equal to 10 function is 21. Value of the function. Now see, limit x tends to 2 minus, to the left of 2. To the left of 2 we are having the value of the function as 5 again. Here limit x tends to 2 plus, to the right of 2. To the right of 2 means greater than 2. We are having the value of the function as ax plus b. So I have to write it as ax plus b. So I will write here ax plus b is equal to 5. Already I have written. Now here limit x tends to 10 minus, less than 10. See here, x is less than 10. The value of the function is ax plus b. Everyone see, x less than 10, function value of the function is ax plus b. So it is ax plus b. Now at x greater than 10, x tends to 10 plus means x is greater than 10. If x is greater than 10, the value of the function is 21. I have written 21 is equal to 21. Now it is 5 is equal to, just place the value of x as 2 here. It is 2a plus b is equal to 5. Here also I can write it as, replace the value of x as 10. So it is 10a plus b is equal to 21, and here also it is 21. So I can write it as 21. Both are 21. This is also 21, this is also 21. So from here I can get one equation. 2a plus b is equal to 5. Equation number 1. And from here I can get another equation. 10a plus b is equal to 21, equation number 2. Now we can easily solve both the equations and we can find value of a and b. So let us see how will you find. There are so many methods you have studied in class 10. Linear equation into variable can be solved by method of elimination, method of transformation, method of cross multiplication, and many more methods you can use. So let us see. I am using the easier one. Equation 1 minus 2. Let us do that. But you will find C. Or 2 minus 1. Let us do 2 minus 1. Then we will find easier values. 2 minus 1. Equation 2 is 10a plus b is equal to 21. Equation 1 is 2a plus b is equal to 5. Now subtract them. Right? Subtract them, minus, minus, minus. So b cancelled, b and minus b. Now 10a minus 2a is 8a. 21 minus 5 is 11 minus 5 is 6, that is 16. So I have got a as 2. Now place the value of a in either of the equation, you can find the value of b. Now by equation 1, 2 into, in place of a I will write 2 plus b is equal to 5. So I can write the value of b as 5 minus 4, that is 1. So have I got the value? Value of a is 2, value of b is 1. So the final value of b and a is, therefore a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1. This is your answer. So in this way you may be given some questions where you need to find out the value of the unknown quantities when the function is already continuous. Means here we are not proving continuous. The function is already continuous and we have to find some unknown quantities based upon the second definition, that is converse of the definition of continuity. In my next class I will show you differentiability, how to check the differentiability, then we will continue with the different methods for differentiation. So my dear student, the next is differentiability. What is differentiability? You see, the function is differentiable or not. Before differentiating the function, we have to check the function is differentiable or not. So how to check it? See, if you have been given a function and you have to check it, that means if left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. Now I will explain what is left hand derivative, what is right hand derivative. If left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative at x equal to a, then f is said to be differentiable at x equal to a. The converse of this is also true. The converse is, if f is differentiable at x equal to a, then left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. So this is our main concern. Left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. Now what are these left hand derivative and right hand derivative? I am explaining you in short. See, so left hand derivative means left hand derivative, it stands for limit x tends to a minus f of x minus f of a by x minus a. And right hand derivative stands for limit x tends to a plus f of x minus f of a by x minus a. Both are looking same, and only difference is limit x tends to a minus or a plus. It can be written as in this way also, limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus fx by h. This is first principle formula also you have utilized in class 11, and that is also limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus fx by h. Now it is tough to differentiate, it is tough to find out whether it is left hand limit or right hand limit. So we put a sign here, 0 minus, and here 0 plus. But here 0 minus means to the left of 0 or to the right of 0, not. It is again representing according to x tends to a minus or a plus. If x is equal to a, it will be to the left of a. If it is x equal to here a again, so it is right of a. So it represents the same. So it is, I suggest the student, it is better to utilize these two rather than these two, because it may create confusion in your mind while using it. So it is better to use these two. Now let us see one question based upon it. So let us discuss the differentiability of the function f of x is equal to modulus of x minus 1 at x equal to 1. X equal to 1 is a particular value at which we have to check the differentiability of the function. Now see how to check. First of all, what is the function given? Given function is f of x is equal to modulus of x minus 1. We know as the definition of modulus function, to the left of 1 it will be negative, to the right of 1 it will be positive. So we can write it as x minus 1, x is greater than equal to 1, it is minus x minus 1 if x is less than 1, and here if x is greater than equal to 1. So now we can proceed further because we have just broken this modulus sign. Now at x equal to 1, let us check. The left hand derivative will be limit x tends to 1 minus fx minus fa, in place of a I will write 1 by x minus 1. Let us proceed further. Limit x tends to 1 minus, now to the left of 1 we are having the value of f of x as minus x minus 1. So it is minus x minus 1 minus f of 1. F of 1 is x minus 1. We have to write for f of 1 it is x minus 1. X equal to 1, the value is same, x minus 1. So I have to write it as 1 minus 1 because in place of x I have to place the value also. By x minus 1. No need to put the value here because here it is not the function, it is just directly the linear factor. We have to utilize it. Now it is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus, see 1 and 1 cancelled, it is minus x minus 1 and x minus 1. So both are cancelled, it is equal to minus 1. So result is minus 1. Now let us find out right hand derivative. It is limit x tends to 1 plus f of x minus f of 1 by x minus 1. So there is no change to write these symbols. Only we have to change the values. Limit x tends to 1 plus, in greater than 1, the value of the function f of x is this one, x minus 1. So I have to write it as x minus 1. Again in place of f of 1, 1 minus 1, and 1 cancelled. It is x minus 1. Again same, you have to write the result as limit x tends to 1 plus, it is x minus 1 by x minus 1. So we can easily cancel them, we have got 1. So its result is 1. See, both of the values are not equal. So we can write, since left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative, so as we can write f is not differentiable, f is not differentiable at x equal to 1. Function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. So whenever we will differentiate this function, we are unable to find the results because it is not differentiable. So sometimes you have studied in class 11, you have differentiated some functions. Now see, sometimes it is not possible to differentiate the function also. Same holds for the case of integration, I will discuss later. So let us see now algebra of derivatives, which you already have studied in class 11. Even I want to discuss, so that I don't want that you may miss this topic, because without that I cannot continue further in derivatives. I suggest everyone to solve the questions based upon continuity and differentiability from NCERT textbook, NCERT exemplar, and some side books, and especially class 12 board questions previous year. At least you solve 5 to 10 years previous year questions, so that you can get the concepts clear. Now everyone, algebra of derivatives. I will discuss in short. Algebra of derivatives. You will see the concepts of algebra of derivatives already utilized in class 11. Even I want to discuss so that you can understand it. Derivative of, this is derivative of a function First of all, you have studied this as the first principle, derivative of function fx, that is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus fx by h. It is known as first principle. See everyone, it is known as first principle. Okay? First principle. Its name is first principle. This method. We can change it as x tends to a and fx minus fa by x minus a also. We will get the same result. Now, the second rule is whenever we are differentiating a function, that is if we are having so many functions f of x plus minus g of x plus minus r of x and so many more functions. If we differentiate these functions, if they are in addition or subtraction, then we can differentiate a series one by one. If we want to differentiate, we differentiate the terms one by one. So we can write it, see this f of x can also be written as f dash x. It is also written as f dash x. It is also known as y1. It is also known as y dash. There are so many names of it. Now I can write it as f dash x. It means it is once differentiated. Plus minus g dash x. It is once differentiated. R dash x. It is once differentiated. And so on. So this is the first rule. It is known as sum rule. It is known as sum rule. This is according to calculus. It is sum rule. Now let us see the product rule. Derivative of product of two or more functions. How can you find the product? See, it is, we can write it as second function derivative of first function f dash x plus first function derivative of second function. This is known as product rule. Its name is product rule. Now, division rule. If we are having two functions as divisions, f of x and g of x, how will you write it? Same, I will write the same as second function derivative of first function minus, I will put now minus sign, first function derivative of second function by square of second function. I will write square of second function. So this is all about division rule. It is known as division rule. After that we are having rule for a constant. If we are having a constant with a function, then how will you differentiate it? That constant should be removed out from that function and only the function should be differentiated. This is the most important rule. The constant should be removed out and we have to differentiate only the function. This is the most important rule. And differentiation of a constant, we can write it as 0. Differentiation of any constant should be equal to 0. Now using these rules, after that I will give you some more rules just after this class. And we will proceed now with actual class 12 level derivatives. And I will start with chain rule and I will go ahead and ahead. So wait for my next video.